Hello everybody, DXUN again, and today we're going to be talking about the Conquest system, which is implemented on the PTS. Again, don't don't freak out. Things might change. Things might not be quite settled as we think they are. So again, there might be some different things happening. But I'll explain anyways, just the basic stuff, so that everybody kind of has an idea of again what to expect. So here we're on Voss, and because we decided as a guild to actually invade Voss. Okay, so once you make that choice, once the event starts, there's like it's like over 6 day, I believe, 6 day period, and then during that period, as soon as you want to pick a planet fairly soon. I believe you have 2 days to pick one. Don't quote me on that, actually. But again, you have a moment there to actually pick a planet that you're going to try to invade. Then after that, once we decided to pick Voss, what you need to really think about before you make your choice of which planet is look at all of this here, all these objectives, which are on the Conquest tab, which is under your mission log. Now, obviously not the mission log tab, but the Conquest one. You have your codex and your lockouts. Everything is a little bit changed from before, right? So the objectives are here, okay? And there's a bunch of them, and they cover everything pretty much in SWTOR. The first two are craftings, and if you see this little logo here, which looks like basically it's an infinite sign, that means you can redo it over and over and over again, and every time you're gonna get, in this case, 1,000. Basically, green here means repeatable, right? So you can do them over and over again. But that's for Voss and Macab. Voss and Macab here will get a bonus twice, right? Twice the amount. So instead of like being 500 or 2,000, it's gonna give you 1,000 and 4,000. Because you invaded, you decide to invade Voss. If you didn't, you would get obviously back to the normality. Again, you can still get some, but you're not going to get as much as the ones that are invading Voss, right? And the same thing's repeated itself here, right? You have the flashpoint. If you pick to invade Alderaan in this case, right, you're going to get 1,000, but if you didn't, you're going to get 500. And it's repeatable as well, but again, you get half of what everybody else is getting. Well, everybody else, but you get half of what people that pick Alderaan is getting, right? And then you have your operations, right? What was this one again? Oh, this is if you defeat Golden Fury, ×3 for Macab, if you pick Macab, right? And then here, defeat House Organa guard droids, turrets on Alderaan. So this requires you to go to some outpost of the other faction. There's no you cannot go to just some Organa dudes like weak or whatever. No, you have to go through champions and kill defenses and stuff. Okay, so you can actually get 3 times the bonus. Right. So again, really good to do, but again, it's a one-time only because it has no infinite sign. Defeat champion difficulty Republic guard droids and turrets, but this time on Macab. Again, this time 3 times the bonus, 3 times the amount. Sorry, and then you actually also not repeatable, right? Macab again, but this time to defeat droids and turrets on Macab. Here again, defeat tool guards. That's basically the Republic. They have the Imperial and the Republic version of each. So that's why you're getting this here. Defeat the all-gold Siegebreaker on Alderaan, right? So there are some quests that are also part of that. So you got to do the heroic quest to kill all-gold Siegebreaker. Again, here weekly galactic conflicts and tactical flashpoints. Again, this one is repeatable, right? So you can do it more than once, depending. I guess I was thinking that they would actually overlap with the weekly reset, but they might not actually. This kind of shows us that it could be any time. It could actually overlap 2 different time frames. If not, then why would that be repeatable, right? So good kind of thing to know about, although it sounds kind of weird to me. And again, Alderon, you get twice the amount if you do it. Then you have picked Alderon. Stage weekly for Macab, 3 times, and again repeatable. Obviously, you can only do it twice because it's a weekly, and you cannot overlap more than 2 weeks. Defeat enemy commanders. Again, that can be done on any planets, and depending on what planets you're going to, they're going to have different names. But again, it could be veteran Sith, Jedi Battle Masters. There's commanders. I mean, it depends again where you go, but they all count, and it's also not repeatable. It's 2,000. It's a one-time shop, and I guess if you're going to do that, you might as well do these ones here, which grants you for the droids and the turrets, because they're usually all in the same area. Again, just, well, actually, if you the only thing is, if you do it, remember that there's probably going to be a lot of PvPers waiting for you to try to kill the commanders and then the defenses as well. So it's going to create a lot of world PvP kind of fun. So here it's just, I already did this one, but it was killing 250 players, not players but non-players on Alderaan. I just went there, and we're not Alderaan, we're Voss. We picked Voss, but I still got the 1,000. It doesn't matter which planet you pick, you can do all of these no matter what. It's just the amount that you get is different than everybody else. As you can see, the green numbers are the ones that we're getting because those are the ones that are related to Voss, right? All the blue ones are the ones related to Alderaan. Well, although sometimes they can be related to more than one as well, right? And the white ones are related. Actually, I guess not. I thought it was, but I guess it's not. Oh well. Let's carry on anyways into war zones. Now, if you do war zone and you pick Alderaan or Macab, you get twice the amount of comms. And again, it's repeatable in this case. You can also do your weeklies, which are all the weeklies that are part of the PvP. So all these are repeatable, obviously twice only because they're weeklies, and you get double the comms if you picked Alderaan and Macab in this case, and in this case as well. Okay, I just didn't scroll down enough. And then another one here again, but that one was for winning 10 matches. Right, and it's repeatable, so every time you win 10 matches, whether it's ranked or unranked, you get 1,000. Complete any starfighter match. Starfighter match is complete, right? So 500 per, it's repeatable, and completing the weekly is also repeatable at 1,000, and so on and so forth. Anyways, the point I want to get to is, depending on what your guild's forte is, this is going to be really big, because you have a decision to make between, are you going to be that guild that's going to get 1.7 million plus freaking points, or are you going to be that guy that's going to be at the bottom of the list? Because if you think you're going to be at the bottom of the list, you're probably better off picking whatever your forte is as the double, right? And what I mean by that is, let's say we just love doing flashpoints. Our guild does flashpoints more than anybody else, and then it's going to be your forte, so you might as well take the planet that has that as its double, right? So in this case, right, I look here, and actually that's not here, is it? Okay, oh, sorry, here. So, and I can actually say, okay, let's pick Alderaan, because then we're gonna get the double the conquest points, because we picked tactical flashpoint, and that's what we do the most, right? So why? Or if, let's say, we're a crafting guild, we like crafting, we have a ton of mats, blah blah blah. Well, then maybe pick the Voss. Again, it changes every week, not every week, but every event. Sorry, it's a 6-day event with a 24-hour period where the winner kind of has fun with the rewards and all that are temporary for only that time, and then after that it resets. But once it resets, all these objectives are changing. And once they do change, then you have to kind of be ready to actually deal with that. All right. So now we also have this status and rewards here. And this is for me. right? So I'm trying to reach that 35k. I can keep going forever after that if I want to, but all I need to do is to reach 35k. And if I reach 35k, then I'm gonna get these rewards, which includes this this gathering log box, which we don't know exactly what's going to be in there, but again, it could be decorations like he just says there, and then a gathering node that you actually there are these things where you can gather inside your stronghold that are resources. You can get some of those around in there as well. I don't know if there's anything else cool, but obviously it's going to be something that and a 25k credit and then the resources. It's not horrible, but again, it's probably, you probably want to meet your quote, because again, on guilds that are actually really like on the ball, they're going to be there's actually a way for them to look at a list of who's contributed and who hasn't, and then they can actually start like, hey, you gotta get up, you gotta fucking start doing this and that, or you gotta help out, whatever, right? Because, you know, there's always those guys or girls that like don't contribute to anything but complain about everything about your guild. Well, yeah, they'll show pretty clearly who's doing what and who's not doing anything. And another thing to know is that that 35k is actually for that character. So if you log on another character, you can do it again. Now, from what I'm told, apparently as well, the objectives, if they're not like repeatable, will actually be legacy wide. So if, let's say, I killed Golden Fury, I can't do it on any other character after that, or I can, but it's not gonna grant me anything, right? So again, something to keep in mind. So I kind of like the design, because again, you're kind of having to make choices here. Do I go for a planet and, like, you know, balls to the walls and try to get it and win? Or do I go for what my guild's best at, even if I know there's going to be a bazillion people there, because that's probably what's going to happen anyway. Probably all the guilds that actually don't think they're going to win, they're probably going to go there. So it's going to look like it's going to be like, oh my goodness, impossible to win kind of thing. But again, if you go with the mindset that, hey, I'm going to make it easier for everybody to get certain things, certain items faster, faster, or in some cases just get them, period, because they probably wouldn't if they didn't have the bonus. Again, that's probably something that you would consider. And we didn't even talk about PvP or PvP guilds that would obviously choose PvP, and GSF guilds that would choose GSF stuff. So overall, Conquest, I think what it does is it really just brings an overall like boost of making everybody wanting to do flashpoints, doing all the aspects of the game, really. Flashpoints, operations, well, maybe not operations as a way to get Conquest, although it's there, but I think it's more like a way to for PV for flashpoints. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. For guild anyways, to specialize into one area that they're good at and get it done for that standpoint. Obviously, you're gonna kind of want eventually maybe to get the guild stuff for controlling the planet and all that, and that's gonna be a tough call that you're gonna have to make at some point. Decide, okay, we're gonna go to this planet because we got a better chance to winning it, because no one's gonna probably go there. Again, there's no way to tell for sure who's gonna pick what and who's gonna be good and who's not gonna be good. But obviously, I think a lot of people are going to wait for the top guilds to pick their planet so that they can pick somewhere else and hopefully try to snag one here and there, right? So, again, it's I don't think it's going to be what really attracts people to do this. I think what's going to really be the fun thing is going to be the rewards that you get for just contributing. And I think that's going to go a long way into, like I said, reviving all the queues for everything, operations, flashpoints, all the queues are going to be so much faster in my mind, because everybody's going to want to queue and get stuff done. And on top of that, there's going to be also decorations dropping from bosses, so a lot of people are going to want to go back in time and get that stuff done, right? Now here, I don't know, I haven't tried this, but it says to complete the tactical flashpoint or a hard mode flashpoint with group finder and complete it. It doesn't say anything about levels, which is something I'm gonna have to probably double check as we go in the next few days, because if it's not a 55, then it's a huge fucking thing, because everybody's gonna try to queue to get actually furniture and stuff from the lower bosses, because a lot of people, you know, don't really run those as much as they used to. Well, if they run them at all, really. Especially the level 50 hard modes are not really run a whole lot. So that's going to bring life into that. And if that's the case, because at the same time when getting furniture, you're actually getting also Conquest. But again, we'll see if that's going to end up like this. So yeah, you also have a guild tab right here, and it also gives you your guild status. So my guild score is 30. Our guild score is 37, and obviously it's way off the mark, right? And that's what the guild would get, right? A flagship plan, logistical encryption, flagship plan, engineering encryption, and command encryption. So you're getting 3 plans. You're getting a 50k credit towards your bank, a gathering logbox as well, and this one contains 3 random decorations, 1 gathering node from each tier of material, and then you get 10 epic of your choosing materials. So it's not a bad thing at all, and you need those for sure, which I'll explain later why you need those plans. And so yeah, so that's basically it for the Conquest system right now. And then I'll try, well, as we get more information, I'll try to fill in the voids and hopefully get more input into the whole thing. But yes, so far so good for Conquest as far as I'm concerned.